we're looking for more of the right person. We got to make sure that they're not just looking for a work from home just because it's work from home. And so really on the interview, figuring out, are they really ready to be entrepreneurs? If they're looking to be part-time, are they really ready and know what part-time looks like? It's not just extra money. When people go, I need extra money, I never heard of extra money when you're broke. It ain't no such thing as extra, bro. It ain't extra.
Correct.
You ain't got none. I had to be careful of the stuff that I was hearing on interviews, trying to disseminate, is this the right person we should even engage in business with?
All right, welcome to the next level. Got my man Domonique Rodgers with us today. What's up, Dom?
What up, bro?
How we doing, bro?
Great, dude.
Awesome,
I'm amazing. Dude. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming through. Before we get into this, guys, subscribe to the YouTube so you can turn on that little bell notification so you can find out when we drop new videos. We do this podcast once a week. And what I love about this podcast, Dom, is we only have agents get on the podcast that are actually good at what they do. And now that sounds simple, especially to you, been here forever. But there's companies, they're out there. I won't name them, but I see them.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, that guy, I know he hasn't sold a policy in 25 years.
Right.
What in God's name is he doing in the training role, right? Like, dude, I used to sell back in the day. You don't hear me get on and go, Don, let me tell you what you need to do in the field right now. Because I don't know. I never sold over the phone. I was up to the door. Yo, you fill this form out?
Shake their hand.
If we ever get back to that, bro, I got you. But right now, no, I don't.
Right.
You know, but I love this because we have agents come in that actually know what they're doing. And I like to have them talk about what they're doing, not what they used to do. So what we're going to talk about today is something that you just lived through. You built the business, fell apart, you built it back up, more sustainable. Is that a fair statement? It's summing up, right?
100%. Yeah.
There's a lot more to it, but in a nutshell, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So one thing that's key about building your business is getting new agents started, right? There's a lot of turnover in this business, and it's kind of you as the agency manager, it's kind of your decision where you want that turnover to happen, right? Like, do you want to weed them out before they get started, or do you want to wait till they've been selling for 6 months, doing things the wrong way, then you're weeding them out, then they leave and their debt stays here. You don't want to do that. So there's that's a huge part of this, but we're in a people business. Yeah. Your business is successful when you recruit agents and you help them become successful. That's key. We talked about it on the True Talk. Like, I remember 10, 15 years ago, Sean calling me. Now, back then, it was probably once a week because we didn't get paid daily. Yeah. But it'd be like Friday, yo, how much you get paid today, right? Then when it became daily, do every day. Like, he wasn't calling to go, hey, how's your morning, Dom? What's in your bank account, bro? And why isn't there more? And what are you doing to fix that? Because he knew that if we weren't profitable, we weren't making money, we were going to be gone. And he felt like it was his job to help you become profitable.
No doubt.
And if an agent's making money, odds are they're going to stick around.
Yeah.
Right. So right now, you had a lot of things going the right way. Took a lot of work to get there.
Yeah.
But let's talk more specifically about currently, if I'm a new agent, I join your team, what have you found that is the key to getting me successful? What does that process look like?
Well, first off, dude, thanks for having me here.
Absolutely.
All right. This is hopefully I can bring some value today and really just talk about what we are doing. You know what I mean? It's like not what did happen. It's like we're in the process. So there's nothing perfect.
Sure.
But you know what? We're seeing better results. All right. So what's your question? You said repeat the question.
So I'm a new agent. I join your team.
What would that look like when you start?
Yeah, like how are you going to get me profitable? How are you going to get me started?
All right. Well, the first thing is, Mike, is the interview. Okay. During the interview, we want to make sure that we are talking. I'd say whenever I say right person or idea, like there's no 100% to it. Okay. But we're looking for more of the right person. Okay. On the phone. And we got to make sure that they're not just looking for a work from home just because it's a work from home. Okay. Because all of this I'm saying, because we're talking about helping people get started and get profitable, we got to save our energy.
Correct.
What I found is when I wasn't doing that, everybody would kind of be in.
Everyone was the right person.
Yeah, and then it'd be like everyone we would have to do things with.
Yeah.
And so really on the interview, figuring out, are they really ready to be entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
If they're looking to be part-time, are they really ready and know what part-time looks like. It's not just extra money. When people go, I need extra money, I never heard of extra money when you're broke. It ain't no such thing as extra, bro. It ain't extra. Correct. You ain't got none, okay? So I had to be careful of the stuff that I was hearing on interviews and trying to disseminate, is this the right person we should even engage in business with, okay? So from there, from the interview, it's get you in class. We set expectations for the class 2 weeks. So if you're interviewing folks, 2 weeks to get finished with the course.
Yeah.
If they take longer than 2 weeks, they got to sell us on why it took them 2 weeks.
Right.
And most likely they won't even call after 2 weeks because we sold them so hard on how you should be done in 3 days with Chat GPT and like, dude, come on, dude. Like if you're under the age of 30, you should get through the course in 2.5 hours.
Right.
I'm just being real. You know how. I'm talking to you. You know exactly how to do it.
There's plenty of tools out there.
Yes, okay? Like figure it out.
Yep.
So we started to figure out like how do they respond to those types of expectations versus just get into the course, finish it, let me know when you get done.
Right.
That don't work. So we had to set better expectations to get folks through there. So they go through the course, 2 weeks, good. Licensed, ready to rip. We used to go licensed, boom, let's just get you contracted. Still have a conversation with them, kinda, you know what I mean, of like what it was gonna look like. But it was so fast. It was talk to you, Mike, you're excited to work with us. We got leads, we got training, et cetera. And now it's just time to go to contracting. And then you end up in this kind of black hole of, you know what I mean? Then you start with somebody else and throw them in there. So what we've done now is licensed is, you're licensed, Mike, we speak. Then we have an onboarding Zoom. It's a group, all right? And a lot of this stuff I picked up from different folks on these builders, on the builders calls. You know what I mean? Like, if I just start name drop, like Marissa, she did this, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. She was like, yeah, let's have these onboarding meetings with people before they get contracted so that they know about chargebacks, that they know about this, that they know about this stuff before we even engage in a relationship with them, working relationship. So I was like, dude, that's sweet. Let's do that. So we do that twice a week, Friday and Monday. We have 2 onboarding, 30 minutes, right? And we group them. Maybe 10, 15, 20 people on them at a time. And it's just expectations. What to expect from us, what we expect from you, right? What that's going to look like. Boom. Then after that, they got to follow through with what they said they were going to do.
Okay.
It's kind of like we were talking about Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's like, let's give them something to do and see if they do it. So now they're licensed. They have a schedule for onboarding. They know where the trainings are going to be to practice the script over the next week.
Yeah.
After that week, we do a release presentation, okay? During those, our trainings are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day you're gonna show up, we're gonna role play the script. You're gonna hear people role playing the script. We're not picking on you the whole time, right? There's different folks coming in. Yeah. You may hear from somebody who started 3 weeks ago that we're working on their script now, right? But the number one thing for us, for me, is to see, do they do what they said they're gonna do? Do they show up to the trainings, all right? Because what I found is that same person who would get contracted after that first day that you talk to them wouldn't get on the trainings, but you got them contracted. Now you feel obligated to, do work or whatever with them. And the next thing you figure out, dude, they're not even doing anything. I'm like, yeah, dude, they weren't going to do anything if you would have just waited to get them contracted. Make sense? Because the odds are still the odds, dude. It's not like we're picking all the good ones. It's just like Ronnie said, they just get weeded out by the time we actually get to the game.
Correct.
It's like we got Hell Week. It's like some people just go straight to the Super Bowl. I'm like, bro, you wondering why? Just
put me in, coach.
Put me in. I'm starting quarterback. I'm like, dude, you ain't even going to a practice with them
yet, bro. Come on. But it's a great analogy. Like when my kids played football, day one, there's 50 kids.
Come on.
How many positions are on a football field, bro?
Bro.
Not 50.
No.
A hell of a lot less. What is it, a 10, 11?
It's 11, yeah.
11.
Yeah.
Shit. And guess what? By the first game, there ain't 50 kids no more. Now there's like 30.
No, after the first practice, they quit.
Absolutely.
Okay? Second practice, they quit.
Oh, and then when pads break, when they start hitting, more of them quit.
There's like my son, all excited to jump until it's time. You know what I mean? My son's like, yo, we're going to jump off the cliff. We're going to do this. Blah, 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 blah. We get up there, he goes, well, Daddy, I don't know if I could do that. I go, bro, in the car, you was gassing yourself up. And I was like, all right, just let you. But it's the same thing.
Correct.
So we just had to slow down with folks. Yeah. Just slow down, set expectations. And then during those trainings, or once they get to the release, it's not perfection, dude.
Right.
It's not, oh my God, they sound amazing.
No.
It's just, dude, they understand when I say, hey, I didn't fill that out, they know how to respond. Because 99.9% of the time you call a lead, they're going to say something.
Correct.
It's very rare that you call them and they go, yep, that's me, yep.
Yeah.
don't happen like that.
Nope.
They're going to say, yeah, you know what? I already got that taken care of, even though they don't. And if you're not prepared for that on the phone, see, Mike, in the field, I didn't have to prepare people for that type of stuff. You're at their house.
Correct.
Like, dude, they say something like they want to think about it. Why don't you just look at them?
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Like on the phone, you can't do that.
Right.
I don't have that type of time.
Nope.
Does that make sense? And on booking an appointment, it was call them up, tell them to come to the house. Oh, I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want it either, but I'll be up the street from you anyways tomorrow at 4, so at 5, I'm going to drop this off to you. You'll be there, right? Yeah, but I don't need it. I know you don't need it, but I need to keep my job. So tomorrow at 5, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be here. Okay, cool. Right. I show up, I sell the policy.
Correct.
I can't do that on the phone.
Nope.
I can't be that quick. It's impossible. No. Does that make sense? So I love the way we did it in the in-home. It worked. But you can't be that short. You can't be looking for appointments. I thought I was killing it, dude. I booked like 30 appointments. I had literally 0 for 30 show up in one day. And I was like, oh my God, this appointment game on telesales isn't gonna work.
Right.
So we make sure that they're prepared for a one-call close.
Yeah.
If you buy leads before you are prepared for a one-call close, you bought leads too soon. You're not ready. Because you got to be ready. Because there's in the field, it was, yo, book your appointments, call me tonight. We'll work.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about your in-home. We'll get you prepped.
Yep.
There's none of that. And these are the failures that we had, Mike.
Right.
These are the failures that walking into telesales that I had to figure out what is actually going to work. I'm leading people in. They were doing what I was telling them to do in 23, bro, virtually.
Yeah.
But I was wrong. Does that make sense?
Right.
I was wrong.
Bro, it's not working.
Yeah,
I know.
I was totally wrong.
Yep.
But today, it's like, dude, we know what to expect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We know how to be prepared. We know that when you pass that release, you're ready, dude. Now, are you ready to, do I know if you have the stick-to-itiveness to sell $20, $30, $40+ thousand a month consistently? I don't know.
Right.
But I'm 100% sure you're ready to take Tom and Mary from hello to application.
Correct.
I know you can. Not even application. I went too far. You can take them to writing your name down, because the name of the game is presentations, Mike. If you're starting with me, I want to get you presentations.
Okay.
Presentations. I don't give a damn about all the other. Let me get you people that you can go through. Hey, this is Mike. I'm calling about that veterans insurance you filled out. Get over whatever objection if they have any. Hey, I need you to write my information down. Grab a pen and paper. Once they write my name and number down, bro, that's as good as me walking in their house.
Okay.
Remember, we wanted, how
absolutely.
many houses did you get inside
Correct.
of?
Yep.
I don't care about how many appointments you had, my dude.
Nope.
How many houses did you get inside of?
Right.
Inside the house, the equivalent is getting them to write your name and number down, your NPN.
Got it.
Make sense? So I need those. I need at least 5 of those a day to win.
Yeah. Because then we have something to talk about.
Yes.
It's that whole, I'm not ready for my appointments yet, Don. I need to know this and know that. Dude, you don't even know what you need to know until you run that first appointment, or to your point, till you run that first presentation.
Yes.
Dude, I mean, training's great. You got to have training.
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to get on the field.
Got to go.
Right? I'm going to train myself for how to get hit, Dom. And if I get hit on the side, I'm going to go like that. And just go out there and get hit.
Yeah.
And then come back. Let's talk about it. All right, well, if you protect yourself more, you won't get hit on that side.
Yeah.
But we have something to work with. It was the same thing back in the day with appointments. Dude, we don't need to talk about anything until you went out to meet with someone.
That's it.
And also, you don't have any questions until you go out and run some appointments.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know what to ask. Dude, I went out in the field with Sean before I ran any appointments. He went 6, whatever it was, he closed every appointment.
Right.
You know what I learned from that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know why he took me out? To get to know me.
Right.
Because after we ran the appointments, we pull up to the office, the old office down in Jewett City. You remember this spot?
The little one, yeah.
Little one with the rats in the ceiling and the little guy, the little Napoleon guy from next door. You're parking in my spot. Dude, no one goes in.
Every day.
Yeah, bro, no one goes in your shop. It doesn't matter if we took your one parking spot. You don't even need one parking spot. Nobody goes in there.
He claimed it, bro. He was it's in my lease. It's mine.
Yeah, it's mine. Both mine. Oh, my God, little guy. Anyways, but we pulled up in front of that office, and we sat there and talked for about 35, 45 minutes. Yeah. And it was Sean getting to know me, I think, looking back, probably to find out, is this kid worth my time?
Yeah.
Right? Who is he, number one? What is he going to be willing to do? Yeah. But I didn't learn anything from seeing him. I just learned that, okay, he's awesome. But I didn't learn shit about me. But then when I ran my first appointments, and then I called Sean, then I learned a shit ton. Then I'd watch the trainings, and I'd know what they were talking about. Oh. Prior to that, I was pretending. Oh, yeah, say this, and, it was say this if they want to think about. I was just pretending because I'd never been in this situation. Right. It's the same thing on the phone now. Until you've had some presentations, what are we talking about?
But how you get the presentations is dial that damn phone.
Exactly.
Book those appointments. Does that make sense? Like, get the fucking, you gotta get through. Because there's, on telesales, there's solid people who pick up the phone.
Yeah.
It's just people's pickup to presentation ratios are all screwed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the big piece is like, and the first piece is if you're calling the leads enough. Now, I got answers to that, but come on, find it within yourself to call.
Correct.
Leads, okay? Come on.
Put some work in.
Come on, dude. But there's a lot of folks out there watching this right now. They got pickups, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But those pickups turn into appointments. Those pickups turn into little BS stuff.
Right.
That you got to nail down. And a lot of folks are one or two close. They're not that far away from the happy place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They just got to see that, that is something I should have closed. You remember the enlightening moments or those levels of oh shit, that's not a roadblock anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like things that used to be a roadblock that you're like, oh my God, before that used to be I'm never going to close it.
Right.
Now I hear that and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? And I think we got to help people get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Help people find those places of dude, that's not a bad thing that happened.
No.
You know what I mean? That's actually good. Now you can use that to
Well, it's what you said when we did the Would You Rather, right? Work insurance. Dude, at first week out in the field, I was petrified of any type of insurance that you had, right?
Yes.
I remember walking out an appointment, calling Sean. I was like, they're all set. Oh, you closed them? No, he's got a policy. With who? I don't know. Did you see it? No. Why do I need to see it? Because people lie, bro. He probably didn't have it. And actually, who cares? Right. He had that policy when he filled out the form. And then it was like, well, he's got coverage to work. Once you learn how to overcome that, I'm like, bro, say you have coverage to work. I'm waiting. Say it. Go ahead. Say it. Watch.
And somebody's watching this right now, and it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
It sounds I get that. But, dude, you don't get it until you live it.
Correct.
You're hearing this right now. Sean told me the same stuff.
Yep.
But you don't really until you feel it, and you're like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that is actually the setup. Actually, I want that all the time.
Right.
Does that make sense? I've been trying to avoid that. I've been trying not to get that.
Bring it on.
Dude, bring that. That's great. So it's those moments, and you're going to continue to have those and seek them out. You know what I mean? Seek out those uncomfortable times, or those moments. And I think, as it pays to get people started, Mike, we got to look at what we're trying to get to, as in, why are we doing the business? But at the same time, when you're getting started, your clients don't give a shit about any of that.
No.
So when I started, one of the realest things Sean told me, and he made very clear, is that, dude, we're selling life insurance. People aren't waiting for you to get fucking confident.
Right.
People aren't waiting for you to die.
Correct. Yep.
And I remember when this clock, this clock of what we're doing and where I was as it pertains to my business acumen, sales, and all this. And I was like, the level of importance for what I do is the same regardless of how much I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to lean on how important it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I started realizing, dude, this is important what we're doing. So all these feelings I have about what I don't know or it doesn't matter.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So so anybody watching this is like, dude, who cares? Your clients, they don't give a damn how much you know. They really don't, dude. And honestly, when you start really getting into it, you realize that you don't even really talk about insurance like that.
Mm.
And that was a lot of the things I was scared about was the things that what if they ask me this, or what if they ask me about this?
Right.
I remember Sean would be like, dude, what are they trying to do? Buy the insurance company?
Correct.
They didn't want to know the liquidity of the insurance company? I was like, oh shit, when you put it like that, you know what I mean? There's a lot of when you put it like that moments.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And that you need people in your life to put it like that so you stop fucking playing yourself. You know what I mean? I called Sean up one time. I said, hey man, no, I didn't sell that one. He goes, why not? I was like, dude, he went to Dartmouth or something like that. Swear to God. That was my response. That was my response. I go, yeah, he went to Dartmouth. So he goes, what? He goes, so it's Dom, the guy who went to Dartmouth filled out a final expense form.
Right.
And send it back to you. And that's the reason why. He's like, dude, go back to the house.
Yep.
Go back to the house. And I remember going back to the damn house. He said, go back to the house. I went back to the house. He goes, apologize to him. Apologize to him. I didn't even pitch him. He was just telling me he's all good, and he went to Dartmouth. And I was like, okay. He was like, oh, my goodness. But, like, I needed him to put that perspective there for me to go, like, why does that even matter?
Right.
And it wasn't like that's one off there. That's one I talked to him about. But there's somebody else who told me that their cousin does insurance, and I folded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. They filled out the form for a reason.
Exactly.
You know, and I had to start really understanding that piece of like, there's not accidents why people fill these things out.
No.
You know?
And I think those two things are key. Number one is the value in what we're selling. I'm not knocking anyone that, selling other things, but like you're selling solar. Okay, I don't buy the panels. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Well, your bill's not going to got it. And then I'm also not going to have these hideous things on my roof. Okay, right. And you don't buy the Cutco knife. What's going to happen? I can still slice tomatoes and potatoes, bro. We'll all be all set. Yeah. You don't buy the car. I probably drove to the lot in a car.
Yeah.
But the life insurance, you don't buy life insurance, you die, you don't have coverage. It's the value in that. And then knowing your client. We do not cold call. We do not randomly knock on doors.
Right.
We are not a give me a list of your friends and family, Dom. We are, if you filled out a form asking for life insurance, we're going to call you and sell you life insurance. Yeah. So regardless of they had coverage, they had it through work, their cousins, whatever, they went to Yale, they went to where, they're a genius, they're an engineer. Who gives a shit? They filled out a form. All that was true when they filled out the form.
Yeah.
That was the biggest aha moment about other insurance. I don't care about your other insurance because you had that when you filled out this form looking for more insurance. So what changed when I showed up? Oh, I showed up. Or I called you. I screwed something up. And once that resonates that this client, I mean, think about now, you're doing internet leads.
Yeah.
So there's an ad that goes through a feed. Thousands of people see it. Probably tens of thousands of people see it. Most of them scroll right past it. Your clients, so when you're calling, they stop, they read it, they click on it. There's an online form, right? They type in their information correctly because you have the right phone number. They do all that. They answer the phone when you call them, and then you talk about presentation. They go, yeah, I got a few minutes now, Dom. They did all that, and then you don't help them? Well, what happened? When did they become uninterested? When they went through all that step that tens of thousands of people didn't do. When you really think about who you should help everyone you talk to. Because they did all that. They are the small, tiny, little part of the population, small percentage that goes, yo, I need help with this. Dude, when I got car insurance at the age of 16, I didn't fill nothing out. I got in my car with no insurance. I drove to AAA and said, y'all sell car insurance? And I got car insurance. I'm not our clients. You're not our clients. Our clients are people that do not do that. They don't leave the house. They go, shit, I better get someone to show me how to do this. Let me go online to fill this out. Let me wait for someone to call me. It's natural for someone to go, no, I'm not interested. Yeah. You walk into a store to buy that shirt.
Bro,
if I'm working, I go, can I help you? What are you going to say?
Dude, all good. Dude, I go in the home, dude, you know me, bro. And if you don't know me, you'll know me, okay? Like, I go to Home Depot, I don't know nothing, okay?
Right.
But I'm going to Home Depot. Why? Yep. My wife said, let's go to Home Depot, pick this up. So I walk in there on the way to the store knowing I don't know where it is, okay? Walk in the store. The person's right there, goes, hey, you need any help finding anything?
Nope.
Nope. I know I need help finding something. There's no way. Like I like it's the funniest thing. And then I'm back to that same person going, hey man, hey, where the hoses at?
Exactly. Like, but it's the same thing with our clients. I'm all set. I'm not interested. You're not interested. You clicked on this, gave me all your personal information online, but you're not interested. But it's a mindset.
I think sometimes we think, to be real, and I'm trying to relate to the new agent because I remember being new. I used to think y'all have fake leads up here. That's one of the reasons I came up here.
Yep.
Straight up. I was like, yo, what leads they calling?
Correct.
Okay, because there ain't no way they calling the same leads I'm calling. Like, no, they got special leads up there. Yeah. I didn't say none of this to nobody, but I came up here. I didn't think I was going to learn how to sell. I don't know. I wanted to bust this thing open, right?
Yeah.
I wanted
there's something there's something up.
There's something up here, okay? So I came up, realized like, damn, dude, they got the same damn leads as I got.
Yep. You came to our dial day.
Yes.
Dude, it's funny because you remember I used to sit before I had an office, I would sit at the head of the table.
Yes.
And then all the new people, because Sean loved the fact that I didn't go to college. I didn't have a sales background. And, all these guys come in, you're so smart. He'd be like, yo, sit and listen to him. They're like, I want to listen to you, Sean. No, listen to him.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time, I'd sit there, I'd call 10 people, book 9 of them. Mm-hmm. You know the question that the person on the other end of the table would have? They do, what kind of leads you got? I'm like, just give me your leads. I'll do the same thing. It's not the leads.
No.
But it was very normal to think that.
No, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I definitely thought that, but then when I came up, I realized I was like, oh no, dude, they got the same leads. They believe.
Correct.
That they actually filled it out. And this sounds dumb, dude, but honestly, I wasn't really believing that they filled it out like that. Like, it's weird. Like, why would you get into a business, get a license, but not unequivocally believe the data that you're receiving is proper?
Right.
But we'll mind F ourselves, and like that's where I was.
Yep.
So like I was like, I was like,
can't be me.
This can't be. No, there's no way. There's no way I'm calling these people. I'm saying the same thing that they're saying.
Yep.
But I just didn't believe. So this whole like self-talk, there was a training that I used to listen to like religiously that Sean did, and he used to talk about sitting in front of the mirror and repeating, why would Tom and Mary fail to fill this thing out and walk down in the mailbox? Of course they want the insurance. Like I had to talk myself through this. So when you're talking about the algorithm and people scrolling through, people need to slow down a little bit and not just accept leads for like, oh, they're just leads. Like, no, slow down. Slow down. Right. This is what happened. Because when Sean explained to me the mail process.
Oh, yeah. Same thing.
He broke it down. It wasn't like, oh, dude, we send the mail, they send it back. It wasn't that. It was, dude, they get a blank sheet of paper. It has all this writing on it. They read it. They actually get a ton of those things in the mail, so they have opportunity to throw it away. They take it out of the mailbox, and then they talk to their husband or their wife, and the husband asks their wife how much she weighs. And then he writes it down. And then they put it on the kitchen table, and it might be there for a couple of days, and then one of them goes, hey, are you going to take that down to the mailbox? And then they go, yeah, I'll take it down to the mailbox. So he takes it down to the mailbox on his way to work on that day. And I go, and then it ends up in your hands now.
Right.
Then I said, oh, shit, like, I'm in.
Right.
But if it was just they filled out a fucking form, send it back to us, dude, I don't know, like, so like that belief, we have to really see, like, dude, there's no accidents. I don't see ads. If I pulled up my Instagram or Facebook right now, I don't see anything about anything to do with hunting or the great outdoors. I don't see nothing to do with boating. I don't see nothing to do with, like, hunting or, like, nothing.
Correct.
At all. I see stuff based on my interest. There's no accidents. Meta is not making it an accident. That's what I think I love about these leads.
Yeah.
Before internet lead used to be like, they clicked home and like we had a mortgage protection lead. I'm like, bruh, like remember EverQuote?
Oh yeah.
Oh my Lord. Y'all think internet leads are like, what?
God. The guy's like, I don't even own a house. Well, why are you buying mortgage protection? Dude. I'm not. I was looking for a loan
to get a mortgage. Yep. Like, like, damn, okay, got it.
Yep.
But dude, there's no accidents with the algorithm.
Nope.
They're not, there's no mistakes. And by the way, by the time you get it or we get it, I'm sure there's numbers behind this. I'm not a marketing guy, but I'm sure it's very rare it's the first time they've seen the video.
Correct.
Because even when I buy stuff online, it's very rare that it's the first time
I've seen it 4 times, and I'm like, you know what? I do like that hat.
Correct.
I will buy it. Finally.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've already seen it.
Yep.
I've probably put it in my cart.
Correct. It's like, I don't need another pair of sneakers. I'm good. Nope.
And then you go back and click on it and see it's still in your cart, and you go, I might as well then. Fuck it. But if they would have deleted it out of your cart, I don't want to go through all that extra clicks.
Absolutely.
So we got to understand that. When we start to understand that piece on the leads, this calling 3-4 times in a row, calling 15, 20 times, calling at 7 a.m. And none of that matters anymore because you're like, dude, there's so much that went into this.
Right.
And nobody's trying to get over on me. Nobody's just trying to sell me a lead. Does that make sense? And I think that's, if everybody could get out of this thing of I bought leads, somebody's getting over on me, people would be a little bit more successful.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And I hear a lot of folks about leads and like where they are. A lot of folks say like they had to stop thinking anything negative about as it pertains to investing in leads. And gratefully enough, I've never been in that position. No. Ever. Even when I was at the company I was at before, I didn't think that the leads were bad. I didn't think anything. I thought like whatever. Like okay, cool. It is what it is.
I went through that with Sean, that mirror exercise. Dude, I went through that. I was at home dialing. I called him up after probably 12 dials, Sean, I'm getting beat up on the phone. I'm thinking he's gonna tell me all of the rebuttals to say, what they say. He told me, go in the mirror and tell yourself you book everyone. You hold the leads up. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And then I remember when I graduated from dialing at home to go into the office, I had about a half-hour ride to the office. He said, put your leads on your front seat. And as you're going up, look over at them every so often and tell yourself that those are people that asked you to call them. Yes. Before I got to dude, most of this, it's what, we were talking about on True Talk. A lot of it is here, dude. Yeah. Most of the business is here.
It is.
You talking about I don't know what the percentages are on the internet leads, but back when we were doing direct mail, we were getting about 1% back.
Oh, yeah.
1% of we're sending out thousands, whatever, some companies, million mailers a week. 1% of the population is going, yeah, I need that.
And we can't sell to them?
Right.
Even before I started, that number made sense to me. That's why I was excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, we only get those? He goes, yeah, those are the only people we talk to. I go, so y'all can teach me. I can learn that.
Correct.
If they were getting 10, 15, 20% back, that's tough.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's a big pool.
Oh, yeah. You know? We had some leads you got 5% back. Oh God. It said free on free. This is the free program. That's free, and it's free. And you're like,
hey, what funny shit is, we sold them.
We did.
Things.
Yeah, I look at you
we
like,
sold them.
Why would it be free, Dom?
It says it right here.
And I'm looking at, dude, what's wrong with you? How long have you lived in this country? Like my whole life. You think something's free? So anyways, you checked off the 10,000. So let's talk about how you get that. But it was just a mindset.
You convince yourself of anything, dude.
Absolutely.
Anything.
All right. Well, we like to recognize Dom once a week here, a rising star.
Okay.
So we have an individual this week, Elizabeth Fry. She is with FFL Ultra Financial Services.
Right on.
Here's what's crazy about our company right now. She is, well, I'll give you her number first. Issued 71,000 personally in June, right? She was 18th in the company with that number.
Dude, she smoked me. I've never done that.
18th with 71,000.
Never.
So that's insane. But we have a testimonial here from Elizabeth. So let's see what she had to say.
My 3 highest recommendations for someone starting out in the life insurance business are the tenacity to not give up when you get discouraged. Emotional fortitude and stability is extremely important, being able to ride the ups and downs of the sales. People give up in the middle because learning requires suffering, and suffering is hard. To thoroughly study and know the various insurance products to know which product will actually serve your clients and their family the best, and to know your competitive landscape so you can be able to overcome objections based upon outside influences.
The roller coaster is something that I think every agent goes through, right? Mm-hmm. And there's different parts. There's the ups and the downs. Some people struggle really bad with the downs. When things aren't going well, it's the end of the world. Others struggle with the ups. And the problem is if you struggle with the ups, it's going to lead to the downs.
It is.
I remember my worst day in the field ever. I went 0 for 10. 10 people were there. I met with all 10 of them. And dude, it wasn't like a day one. This was, bro, I've been selling for like 3 months already, 3-4 months.
You're home too?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, by like the 6th one, I'm like, please don't answer the door. Please don't. And no, hey, come on in. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, the insurance guy, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. Here we go. Another one. Dude, 0 for 10 in one day.
Damn.
And I was the guy with, dude, this is the worst. I'm just going to quit. Why am I doing this? Why am I bothering? I met with 10 people. And then, it was funny. I was talking about this with Sean when he was here last week. Dude, we never had like an in-depth, like, all right, Sean, let me tell you about my 10 appointments.
Yeah.
You know what he said to me? Bro, go get some more leads and dial. You know what you're doing? You had a bad day. Who gives a shit? I'm like, you know what? I was in this like, oh, poor me. I can't believe this. How did this happen to me,
right.
Dom?
What's wrong with my clothes?
Right. And at the time now, I know 40K right now is like but back then with like 20K, you were the man, right? So, dude, I was selling 20, 25K a month, no problem. So when this happened, I'm like, dude, but he's like, dude, look back. Like, you know what you're doing. Yeah. This ain't your first day. You probably skipped some steps. Yeah. You probably took some shortcuts, right? Because I rode that high.
That's so real.
It's
so real.
For you, what was it? The high, the low? Where did you struggle with early on with that roller coaster?
It was more. It was the highs. The lows, weirdly enough, like I felt comfort.
Okay.
And not like comfort as like I wanted to be there.
Right.
But like, but not scared. I was actually more scared when like right now I'm more scared now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So it's like, Yeah, I think, and it's the ups because you have options. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you have options, you got to be a better businessman. You got to be a better leader of yourself. You know, and when you don't have options, you like, well, what's my choice, bro? I got to go to work. Does that make sense? So I think the definitely just, but I'm thinking about when I started though, like it'd have to be. The ups. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because you're afraid to lose it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you become overconfident too. Like, dude, I
and that was the piece in the home, or it's like I would miss things. Like I'd still be working hard. It wouldn't be complacent. It would be arrogant. You know what I mean? It would almost be like when I started telesales I almost started it not as a student of telesales. I started it as, oh, you're a guy who sold millions of dollars of insurance. Like, of course they should know who you are.
Right.
Like the client.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, that's how I was calling them up. Like, hey, yo, you know who I am. Like, I was like I wasn't having to write my name down. I wasn't doing any of that type of stuff. And I was wondering why. Dude, why when I get to banking, they just hang up on me? Why would I do here? Like, they don't hang up on me no more.
Right.
Like, I stopped getting hangs. At the beginning, I was getting hung up on all the time. But it was purely because I was walking in, like, too arrogant, too cocky, too, you know what I mean? Like, no, dude, they don't know who you are. Slow down.
That's the worst thing, dude. You come out, go 5 for 5, then all of a sudden, I don't need to set the tone. I don't need to go, here's what we're going to do. I just, like, dude, I'm me, bro. I just did all this.
Damn. But I've been there where you are in the home, though. That happened.
Absolutely.
And I remember it. It was just the same situation with Sean. It was just like, dude, like, just keep working, you know? But I realized that I was letting the clients down. I wasn't caring as much. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't. I wasn't caring as much. I wasn't pushing as much either. I found myself doing that on telesales, too, a little bit of, like, you have so many opportunities that you think that you kind of just say, F it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, these people, they don't.
Yeah, I'll just call somebody else.
Yeah, I'll just call somebody else because it's that easy.
Right.
Right? In the home, you wouldn't really think that. You're like, fool, I drove here.
Exactly.
I got to get in my car.
Correct.
Like, and my next one's an hour away. And
I don't even know if they're going to be there.
They already text me that they ain't going to be there. So, nah, fool, I'm here. So I had to learn on the telesales, don't be so quick just to call the next lead.
Yeah.
But also don't chase. We were never taught to chase.
No.
But also, don't be too quick. Don't be too arrogant and that you're just like, oh, whatever. Like, I can buy more leads. Like, don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you'll miss out on some really good clients.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I did.
Yeah.
You know, so
100%.
Yeah.
Well, hey, before we wrap, I want to answer a couple questions. And guys, if you're watching, you have questions for future guests, drop them in the comments. You can email them to us.
Nice.
And because
so these are questions from
these
folks.
Questions from agents,
nice,
dude.
Nice.
And what's important about this is like, dude, you and I, we can sit here and talk for hours, but unless we know what y'all want to hear about or what you're struggling with, then we're just talking for hours.
Yeah.
So got my man Isaac here. Isaac says, what was the most challenging aspect when you started? What was the most challenging thing for you, Dom?
Most challenging thing when I started was separating what I knew, the people that I knew, from the people I wanted to be.
Okay. The whole association thing.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for me. Because I just had to be cool with letting some people go.
Right.
I had to be cool with hitting the pause with some people. Some being really good friends, family. You know, my grandmother not really understanding what I was doing. You know what I mean? I didn't have like people going against me, but they were like, it seemed like I had more people cheering for me when I was trying to play baseball than I did when I had insurance. You know what I mean? When I started insurance. Now everybody's on my team. It's been great.
Early on, most people are not going to be, not say they're not going to support you, they're not going to understand this.
Correct. It's understanding.
And you got to
they would want it if they wanted to, if they understood it more, they'd love to support it. But
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We'll do a couple more. Alfred Alexander, how to get out of my way to be consistent. So get out of your own way to be consistent.
Man. Get out of your own way to be consistent. Let's start with just get out of your own way. Like, I wonder what Alfred means by that, but when I hear it, I just mean that you lack belief.
Yeah. Like, what's your why, bro?
Yeah, you lack belief. Maybe not in this. You know what I mean? I think anybody who's here believes this works, or why you're here.
Correct.
Right? But I think it's you gotta believe in you. You know, and there's a lot of folks who don't believe in themselves and they clap for everybody else. Makes sense? Like, man, that's so great. Like, man, we're on Sean's training Friday. This guy This guy was like, man, I've worked 60, 70 hours a week. Dude just started with us like 3 or 4 months in. Somebody in the chat goes, I commend your work ethic and da-da-da-da-da. I go, bro, you're a grown-ass man. Don't ever do that.
Right.
He's an adult. He's working.
Correct.
Why do you commend him for taking care of his kids? Like, well, come on. If anybody goes, man, dude, I just really love, you're just working really hard. I'm like, what am I going to do? What else? You know, congratulate me for a good golf swing or something like that, because that's very rare, right? But I have a job to do this. This is my job. So get out of your own way, dude. It's like, believe in yourself.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what other way to answer that, because.
And what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
Right? Like, for me, if you don't have a why, it's easy to be in your own way.
Yes.
You got a why, whatever that is. Everybody's why is different. Right. But my why early on was to give my family, even before I had kids, I knew I wanted kids. I didn't want them to grow up the way I grew up.
It's real.
That was the first why. I succeeded in that because it was a low bar, bro. It wasn't much to be above. But then you got to revisit it. Like, all right, what is the next why?
Yes.
Is to make decisions not based on money. But you got to figure that piece out, because I feel like when you have that why figured out, you can't get in your own way. Yeah. Because that's your goal.
It won't happen.
No.
Like, I think there's been times to where I've made bad decisions and realized, dude, you're the reason that. And I think when people say get in your own way, what that means is that you made decisions that stopped you from getting to where you want to go.
Correct.
I love it because I'm getting them. No. You made a choice. Yep. And that choice is what got in the way of the result that you wanted. So
don't lie to yourself.
Let's just make better choices.
Absolutely.
Like, make better choices, dude. Like, if you know you're getting in your own way by not buying leads, buy the leads. You get in your own way by not getting on live dials, get on live dials.
Right.
Because that's the thing. It's like, you're just making choices that, you know what I mean? That's all it is.
Correct.
So
100%. Last one. Michael Karsh here asked, how do you make clients give you their social security number? And why I picked this one, it's a great one, right? So before I say anything, you go.
I love it. All right. And I like the way he said it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Right,
like,
make them.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, I think we do make them give it to us. Like, and not from this forceful, give it to me.
No.
But I think his name's Michael.
Yep.
Michael. I think, Michael, the way you do that is you set the expectations of what you're gonna need today. You set the expectations of what it's gonna be like. He feels like he's making them give it to them because they're surprised by it.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
That for?
Yeah. So now he feels like, dude, I gotta make them give it to me. I'm like, no, dude. No. We're gonna make them give it to you by 20 minutes before you even get there.
Correct.
Letting them know what this is going to be like. And then if they have a problem with it, then address it then.
Yeah.
But that's what I dealt with as well, Michael, and telesales, dude, is I ran into that. They didn't. I felt like I had to force them because I wasn't setting the tone. I didn't have structure.
Right.
In the home, I didn't need that much structure. Dude, I was here. I'm here at your house.
Right.
Like, Sean didn't go, dude, set the structure, dig into the why.
Correct.
We didn't have those talks, dude.
Nope.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I just started learning about the why in virtual sales.
Yeah.
The why was very obvious. My black ass is at your house. Does that make sense? That was very obvious why we're here.
Right.
You're gonna die. I drove here.
We got this lead on the table, bro.
I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't that deep on the phone.
Yep.
You need that, dude.
Correct.
You need to be able to draw that out.
Yeah.
You know? So
love it. I think it's twofold, right? It's setting the tone. Because if I tell you that early on, whether I ask you for it or not, if I go, hey, bro, here's what I'm going to need your driver's license. I'm going to need your social to make sure it's really you. And then we're going to need whatever account you're going to pay this out of if you get approved.
If you get approved.
And then, hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you apply. Boom. But then the other piece is if I go, okay, Domonique, this is the time where I'm
delivery, handle delivery. Yes.
I'm going to, well, not me, but they're going to need your social security. Are you okay with that? Of course they're going to give you shit.
Yes.
But if I go, what's your middle initial? Then this address is correct, right? Yeah, everything look good here. Hey, what's your social? Yeah. And then if you go, what do you need that for? I look at you like that was the dumbest question. Now, you're on the phone, but my response is like, that's the dumbest question you can possibly ask right now.
Yeah.
Well, because they're going to insure you, Dom, and they're going to need to make sure it's really you.
Correct.
And they're going to use that social security number to verify that.
Yep.
They're also going to run a prescription history check to make sure everything you tell me today is the truth, which is all tied to that. So, again, what's your social?
Thank you. Tonality is everything, dude. Because if you could not set could not set it up, right? Like, not do the thing and have great tonality, and they may move, okay? They may move. But if you set it up with great tonality when you get there,
it's done deal.
Dude, it doesn't matter. And doesn't mean that they won't ask you why you. No, it's cool.
Right.
But don't give them. People get cute with their answers sometimes. They like say something like they start using big words and stuff. I'm like, dude, why are you trying to confuse them?
Correct.
Like, why do you need it? Because you're not the only. As crazy as it sounds, you're probably not the only Michael Sizer.
Correct.
Dude, I know. You probably never met him, but can you imagine that there's another one out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what's your social, dude?
Yep.
Boom. Gives it to you. It's like. Sean used to always tell, when you don't make it a big deal, it's not a big deal.
Yep.
I always had problems with social, banking, and things like that because I made it a big deal.
Absolutely.
I made it a big deal.
And dude, I never, like, kind of like what you used to talk about, never finding the why in the beginning. I never asked you or even mentioned the social early on.
Right.
I just asked the right way.
During the application.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
But I did set up the application. I would go, here's what we're going to do today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you some questions, some health questions. I'm going to show you what options that are available for you.
Right.
And then I'm going to help you make an application, see if you get approved.
Right.
And if all that comes back the way we look at it today, just the way I showed you, you'll be covered and you're going to keep the policy.
Right.
Cool.
And they're adults. They're going to know that you're going to see. And that's the difference in the game here. I love that we're talking like you're digging into your bag about in-home right now because there's these little nuances.
Yeah.
They're small.
Yep.
But it's like virtual. You don't have that grace to miss that piece. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And there's a lot of agents who they miss it, dude. And I missed it. You know, and I think if you don't know what those little things are that you just can't miss,
right?
Like I just cannot miss them writing down my agent number, taking my information down. Like I saw that was the geekiest thing ever. People who went out in the field with their badges.
Oh yeah.
I used to be like, oh, you're a badge guy. That's cute.
Yeah, right. I don't need that.
Oh God. Like no, you need your badge.
Absolutely.
You need your badge now in virtual sales. You need to come first with the badge.
Yep.
All right, because trust is everything. And if they trust you early and you're over the top with who you are, it's just going to help and it may seem a little like you might have the client that when I call you up, I go, hey, grab a pen and paper. Like, nah, I don't have one. Can you just text it to me? Back in the day, when I started telesales, I would be like, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I'll text it to you.
Yeah.
Then I'd found with those clients, I'd still get BS when I got time to actually do business. So even every 100% of the time, it's even if they go, no, it's all good. Like, can you just text that to me? Or I'll and if I text it to them, oh, did you look at it? No, I'll look at it later. No, can you look at it now?
Right.
Like those little things, making sure they write it down, making sure that they look at your picture. Hey, what color suit did I have on? Oh, it's a blue one. Yeah, with the checkers. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's a little much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I'm a little much. You got an agent who's a little much, okay? You know what I mean? Like, and it just lets them know, like, oh, you're real, you're here. You know what I mean? Versus I'm just on the phone. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, how much effort does it take for a client to do this?
Not much, dude.
And just listen to you sell them something. They'll do that all day, dude.
Yep.
If you're not engaging with them, if you're not getting them to do anything, that's one thing. That's one. The in-home, they had to get up and answer the damn door. That's enough.
Right. Absolutely.
Does that make sense? Like here, dude, they could have just been sitting on that couch for 10 hours already, bro.
They can still be in bed.
Yeah,
you don't know?
Dude, they're on speakerphone.
Yep.
And you're just like, they're not like.
Correct.
We have to remember all these things could be happening. So how do I take control? How do I get them? How do I get their attention?
Right.
And it's little things like that that gets their attention.
And that goes with any banking, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
It's setting the tone, setting the expectations so it's not a surprise. And then when you ask it, be assumptive, be presumptive, whatever you want to call it. Be in control, be confident. Don't ask it like you're trying to steal their information, because then they're going to think you're trying to steal their information. But if I go, hey, what accounts is coming out of? Yeah. You got that account number, Dom? Or you want to give me a voided check? What's easier?
Why do you need my bank account? Because that's how you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's approved, they're going to want to pay.
Well, I don't give my bank account out to people. Yeah, neither do I. Yeah. But what's yours?
Correct.
Like, yeah, I don't give it out to just anybody, but this is the guy giving you insurance. So
absolutely.
I understand.
It's on the application.
I promise you, when you just actually speak to people as if like, yo, I hear you. I understand. Yeah. I don't get my social out. Yeah, I hear you. Neither do I.
Except for when I'm
getting insurance or like a car. I get it. I understand that. But like, this is one of those times.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't give it out to just anybody. I know, it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I've done that before. Dude, I've had one. I go, dude, Carol, it's me.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, you're right. I'm like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
But dude, you don't got to get creative. You don't got to get tricky.
Keep it simple.
I was never taught on tips and tricks. Like, I've never heard Sean say, here's the trick or here's the, we don't do, there's no tricks.
Nope.
It's straight up and down. Here's what it is.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. And if you communicate what it is properly, dude, people are going to move with you, dude.
100%, dude. Well, Don, I appreciate you coming out and doing this.
Hell yeah.
I really do. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. And at the end of the day, dude, it is a simple business. If you maintain control, if you maintain the proper mindset, you're willing to go to work, it can be whatever you want it to be.
That's real.
And the best part about it is the results are on you, good or bad. So thanks again, guys.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peace out.
Go to flconvention.com right now to get registered for next year's event. We hope to see you there. And you know where to find us every week right here on The Next Level. Drop us some questions for the next guest. We'll see you next week.